Well, Boris, if you've got your...
Do a round of applause.
Very good. Boris, if you've packed your condoms, I think you've got everything you need.
Yeah. I mean, what else do you take with you on a trip? Do a little explodey jiggle show. There we go. Just put it in my... There.
Oh. Interesting. Also, because the frame rate is
The
so
frame rate
different.
makes that really weird.
Yeah. The bad guy is sassy. Oh, good. This I can skip.
The pigeon's back, you guys.
I don't need to know about the pigeon right now. Take a look at what people are saying in the chat. Oh, come on. Are you...
Boonwood, yeah, that was my leg that made the pop sound.
Oh.
It, was observing today that, when James was moving around, it made it sound like someone walking gently through snow.
What?
The sound of your joints.
That wasn't my joints, that was my robe.
Oh, James's robe sounds like someone with bad bones. I don't know which is worse. Samrat says, I knew I liked boys in a weird way when I was little, but I didn't know what it was at the time, and I didn't know that there was a term for being attracted to boys until I watched Glee with my sister. Glee confused me. Is that weird? Yeah, it's a little weird, I guess. Boy, oh boy, bless Glee's heart for making so many things clear.
Matthew does a podcast about how entertainment has affected the lives of gay men. And Glee has come up...
A lot.
Yeah, Glee has come up quite a bit.
Yeah, you might like my podcast. It's called The Sewers of Paris. And you can find it at sewersofparis.com.
And it's often about how people discovered they liked boys and what that meant, and that there were other people like them.
Yeah, how they found other gay people to talk to, how they found other gay people to go on dates with.
Also, a lot of people on the podcast talk about dealing with religious families who treated them poorly.
Yeah, it's something a lot of people have gone through.
So, you know, it may be some help just to sort of listen to other people and know you're not alone and hear what they went through.
Someone says explodey jiggle show. Is that how you attract boys? It is. That's my special technique.
That is his trick. That's what I first noticed, is explodey jiggle show. Wow, oh, that's right. I forgot about this phase.
Do you need to keep ahead of him, or like
You gotta
climb
get
under
him
his legs?
Yeah. I think it's you go under them. You can breathe in? Yeah. I guess I'm standing too close.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to go right into the spiral zone, I guess.
Where's he going? Do you need to like dodge the
Now
side?
he rolls down at you.
Down?
Yeah.
Okay, and then throw it into his...
I guess now he's gonna munch again at the bottom.
There we go. Jump, jump, jump. That's so muppety. Yay! That Samron says, well, jiggle show, and yeah, and not animal tested. It depends on what's exploding and jiggling. Boris says, it's a great podcast. Boris, I've interviewed for my podcast. Yeah, that episode hasn't come out yet, but I'll be editing that at some point. Samrat says, I'm not sure if I like girls yet, but so far I felt nothing, so yeah.
Yeah, you might.
It's possible. I mean, tastes change, and people's interests fluctuate over the course of their lives.
Well, it depends on the person, too.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, that's the thing, is it depends on the person.
I mean, it sounds like you are pretty sure you like guys.
Yeah, so that's not something, I mean... You don't want to try to change that because you can't. So enjoy it.
And I mean, you may like girls at some point, or you might like a girl,
yeah,
or you
possible.
might like a girl's boyfriend, and Who knows?
And lure him away.
Well, no. It may turn out that they both like you.
That's
there are all
true.
sorts of things that can happen.
That's true. We're not. I wrote a whole book about gay people getting married called Defining Marriage.
I want them all. I don't need.
I know you don't need all those hearts. But just to, it's not every family is a man and a woman, or two women or two men. God Steampunk says he's online. It hasn't responded yet.
That's
It could be that he's
people
thinking.
take time.
Could be that he needs time. I mean, the important thing
He
to
might
remember
also
here,
be like, he might have checked his Facebook and then taken a shower, or he might have checked his Facebook, not seen the message, and made a hamburger. Lots of things could happen.
So you don't know what kind of state he's in, and I mean, one thing that is probable, one thing that's likely, is if he's not responding, it's because he's thinking about it or trying to figure out how to respond. So sometimes people just need a little time to think on their own.
Hey, girl.
Yeah, Boris says give him time. I'd say he knows how you feel.
I'd like to take a shower with him.
Skyloff says, I had a dream today when I took a nap after my breakdown where my extended family disowned me during my freshman year of college. That sounds like an anxiety dream. And yeah, so it sounds like you are really scared about how your family will respond to you. Uh-oh. Oh, that's right. I forgot Impa's kind of a dick in this one.
No, she just, it's tough love.
She's kind of Brienne.
She's very Brienne-like, in terms of her personality. Does Impa look like E.T.?
Ah!
She does have, kind of that head shape. Meow. And yes, Emerald, I would suggest checking out Matt's podcast. It may make you feel better, or at least you may hear some things that you relate to. And that's not just promotion.
No.
No.
It's a little bit, but mostly,
Yeah.
no, I mean, one of the reasons I make the podcast is so that people can connect with each other and hear that there have been other people who have gone through what they have, and hear suggestions for books and movies and TV shows that have helped get them through it. I don't know how closely your family monitors the kind of stuff you read and watch, but you might like... you know what you might like is this book, Morris. It's spelled like Maurice, but it's pronounced Morris. It's by E.M. Forrester, and it's set in early 1900s, and it's about men having relationships with each other at a time when they really couldn't do that publicly. But it is, and you know, it kind of reflects the same sort of anxiety that a lot of people still have about gay people.
It's time for the Impa, not Impa, the Phi Ice Capades.
Fine news alert. Oh, Boris, that's really nice of you to say. I'm glad that it's a highlight for you. So yeah, for books, I recommend Morris. Trying to think of a good movie. You might like... There's a movie called Latter Days. It's about Mormons, but similarly about religious communities that make it difficult for people to be themselves. Samrat says, an LGBT book that helped me understand myself better is The God Box. I'm not familiar with that one. And you know, of course, there are a lot of organizations for LGBT Christians. And Catholics in particular, I think. I can't think of the names, but I think there are LGBT Catholic groups. Oh, Edge of 17.
Oh, yeah.
That would be a good one to watch.
What was the British one? Beautiful Thing?
Beautiful Thing is a really nice one. I like Beautiful Thing. And even though there's nothing gay in it, the movie Hairspray, the original one from the 80s, I found it it's just a lovely story about people who are different, people who are outcasts finding each other.
And you can follow that up with Desperate Living.
Yeah,
What?
I'd watch John Waters' Diet. I don't know if those are exactly the movies that you need right now. I mean, they're not bad movies, but
I always need Desperate Living.
yeah.
I love that movie.
I don't know if they're movies that make a person feel better when they're having a tough time.
You don't think so?
Maybe.
It's magic. Main character is such a cutie. From Edge of 17? I think so. Ivan Obi-Wan. Hello, Ivan Obi-Wan. Welcome. Doing well. How are you?
I was having so much trouble reading that username. I was like, Ivan Baiwan?
Yep.
Ivan Baiwan? Ivan Obi-Wan. Hello.
Yes.
We're doing well. We just beat a temple. Skyloft, Samrat says, look at the God Box. It deals with religion and homosexuality. The main character accepts who he is and his love for the only openly gay kid at school. Then something sad and shocking happens. It gets dramatic, and it's love. In the end, there are those who are outcast. Boris. In the end, there are those who are outcast become the main force behind pop culture, art, and technology. Out of the box thinking that makes the world a better place. I will look up the God Box. You know what you might also like is The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Oh, yeah.
That's another good book and movie now.
Yeah, it's a movie. I've not seen the movie. Read the book.
And also, for something a little more lighthearted, there's also Scott Pilgrim, which has a fun gay character in it. He's not a main, like, super main character, but he's just a fun gay character. Oh, don't pick on my name. No, I'm not picking on your name. It's a good name. It's my fault I couldn't read it.
The text is small, and we're sitting far away from the screen so that I can swing my arms without... I almost did punch you.
You did.
Without punching you.
It's a love punch.
But I had to lean in to read Ivan Obi-Wan.
Samrat says, I saw the movie with my sister. I've not seen... Oh, you see Perks of Being a Wallflower with your sister? And I've not seen Scott Pilgrim. I do recommend Scott Pilgrim. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, and the gay character. I have... Oh, it's in a bag in the other room. But back when it was just a comic book, I met not the author, but somebody who works at the publisher, Oni Press. I met someone at the publisher at a Comic-Con. And no, it was APE. It was the Alternative Press Expo. And he gave me a little button of... I can't remember the character's name, the gay character's name.
Wallace.
Wallace. And it's a little button with his face. And it says over it, drunk and or gay. Ivan Obi-Wan says, are you guys best friends? We are best friends.
That's true. I don't know. Maybe I have better friends.
Who's a better friend? I'm the best friend. I'm the best friend to the world.
I wonder if I should have bought that. Oh, whatever. this? Small seed. I don't really use the